Hello children, welcome back to Biology Classroom. So we are discussing the lesson Diversity in Living Organism. Today we will discuss about the difficulties by using vernacular names, that means local names, and importance of a standardized name, a scientific name, and how we can give a scientific name for a particular organism, and about the rules we have to follow while using scientific names, etc. Okay, every day we are discussing simple topics. You should study each and every topic. Okay, if any doubts are there, ask me. So let's start the class, shall we? Okay, we are continuing with the same lesson, the living world. And today we are going to discuss the topic diversity in the living world. Children, you look around, you will see a large variety of living organisms, isn't it? Be it potted plants, insects, birds, your pets, or other animals and plants. There are also several organisms that you cannot see with your naked eye, but they are all around you, isn't it? Microorganisms. Each different kind of plant, animal, or any other organism that you see represent a species. The concept of species we will discuss in detail later. The number of species that are known and described range between 1.7 to 1.8 million. This refers to biodiversity or number and types of organism present on Earth. Clear? And let me ask one question. We know that the plant and animals in our own area by their local names, isn't it? These local names would vary from place to place, even within a country. Probably you would recognize the confusion. Let's describe it with the help of an example. Here in this picture, I represented a plant and a fruit. What is the name of this fruit in your area? What is the name of this fruit in your area, children? Different names are there. In Malayalam, for this particular plant, see, nearly 20 names are there, like karmusa, papaya, then lot of kappalam, then kappalam, omakaya, different names. So hence, there is a need to standardize the naming of living organisms such that a particular organism is known by the same name all over the world, isn't it? This process is called nomenclature. You just imagine, just for a crow, in Malayalam it is called by kaka, in Hindi another name, in Marathi another name, in Tamil another name, isn't it? So for a particular living organisms, different names will be there. Okay, so the local names are termed as vernacular names. Okay, so this vernacular names leads to confusion. So to standardize a living organism, we use a process called nomenclature, naming. Okay, so that particular name should be there all over the world for a particular organism. Clear? So nomenclature or naming is only possible when the organism is described correctly and we know to that organism the name is attached to. That is identification. See, Carica papaya. It is a scientific name for this plant. All over the world, the standardized name is Carica papaya. In America it is Carica papaya, in Kerala it is Carica papaya, and in Africa it is Carica papaya. So a standardized name is given to this plant. Okay, understood? So for plants, scientific names are based on agreed principles and criteria, okay, which are provided in International Code for Botanical Nomenclature, ICBN. And how are animals named? Yes, the Another one is there, that is animal taxonomists have evolved international code of zoological nomenclature. As you all know, botany is related with study on plants and zoology is related with study on animals, isn't it? So ICBN and ICZN is clear. Each name has two components, isn't it? Karika, papaya. In the case of karika, papaya, karika, the first word, and papaya is the second word. The first word is the generic name, okay? And second word is species name. The system of providing a name with two components is called binomial nomenclature. Why binomial? For representing a standardized name, two words we will use. The first one is generic name and the second one is species name. Clear? So the scientific name of mango. What is the scientific name of mango? Yes, Mangifera indica. See, Mangifera indica. Two terms are there. What is Mangifera? Yes, it is its generic term. What is indica? It's species name. So let's see how it is a binomial name. The same explanation. In this name, Mangifera represents the genus name, while indica is for a particular species. You know, different species of mangoes are there, isn't it? This is the Indian mango. So that's generic name is indica. Is it clear? And another important thing, for writing this name, some rules are there. So these are the universal rules for writing scientific name. Okay, the first one, the biological names are generally in Latin and written in italics. So while you typing it in a laptop, you should use the italics. And the second rule, the first word in a biological name represents the genus, while the second component denotes the species part. Okay, so genus name and species name as first and second word respectively. Clear? That we explained already. And the third rule, both the words in a biological name when handwritten are separately underlined, okay, or printed in italics to indicate their Latin origin. Okay, if you type a scientific name on a laptop or in a computer, you should change its font to italics, and if you're writing it in your sheet, you should underline it. Okay, and the first word denoting the genus start with capital letter. Okay, that means C, Mangifera indica, M, capital. All other letters are in small case. Clear? While the specific epithet starts with a small letter. Clear? That means the species name always start with small letter. Okay, so in a scientific name, always the first letter should be capital. Okay, children? So these are the rules you should remember while you're writing scientific name. Clear? So scientific name for this categories is taxa. What is taxa? Here you must recognize that taxa can indicate categories at different levels. That means plants also from a taxa. Within plant, wheat is also other taxa. Similarly in animals, mammals, dogs are all taxa. But you know that dog is a mammal and mammals are animals, isn't it? Hence, based on characteristics, all living organisms can be classified into different taxa. This process of classification is called taxonomy. Okay, so taxonomy is an important branch of science. Human beings were since long not only interested in knowing more about different kinds of organisms and their diversities, but also the relationship among them. And this branch is known as systematics. Children, let me ask one question. So what is the difference between taxonomy and systematics? Both in taxonomy and systematics, we are explaining about the classification of organisms, identification of organisms, naming of organisms, but what makes them different? Yes, in systematics, their relationship, that means the evolutionary relationship, are mentioning. Clear? So in systematics, they always compare animals on the basis of their evolutionary relationship. Clear? And the word systematics is derived from the Latin word systema, which means systematic arrangement of organisms on the basis of evolution. So Carl Linnaeus used Systema Naturae as the title of his publication, and he is considered as father of taxonomy. Okay, children? So that's about today's class. Watch the YouTube URL, study the notes, and answer the test question. So see you next biology class. Bye.